A pleasant day, everyone. So today I will be presenting to you my ongoing paper with the title Philippine Broad-Nosed Weevils, Overview, Updates, and Future Direction. So I am Ann Cabras and I am from the Philippines. So the Philippines is a small archipelagic country of more than 7,000 islands, and it has a land area of 300,000 square kilometers. And to give you perspective, the state of California is 1.4 times bigger than the Philippines, Colombia 4 times bigger, and Brazil 28 times bigger than us. We are one of the 17 mega diverse countries in the world. The Philippines has a very unique and interesting geologic history, which is very important in understanding the antimine fauna of the country. So, in the mid-Oligocene, about 30 million years ago, so the Philippines was beginning to take shape. When the Australian plate was drifting northward and colliding with the Asian plate, leading to tectonic pressure, which caused part of the Pacific seafloor to uplift, leading to the formation of the different islands of the country. So basically, the rest of the islands of the country, except for Palawan, is oceanic in origin and has never been connected to mainland Asia. And this represents the Philippines with respect to geographical boundaries in Southeast Asia. So the Philippines has both the Australo-Papuan element in its biota as well as Oriental. And this was during the last Pleistocene epoch, wherein those islands with less than 120 submarine contour got connected with one another, leading to faunal interchange, such as, for example, this Greater Luzon, together with the neighboring islands, Greater Mindanao, together with neighboring islands, forming the Greater Mindanao Pleistocene Aggregate Island Complex, and these are also the areas which represent center of endemism in the country. And then also prior to the Pleistocene epoch, so it was believed that there are different terrans which has coalesced together, leading to several micro-endemisms in bigger islands such as Mindanao. So for example, in this case, Mindanao is believed to be divided into four sub-regions: the Eastern Mindanao, Central, the Zamboanga, and then the southwestern part, and they have their own species, and this is especially evident for the non-flyer weevils. So adaptive radiation and in situ speciation are believed to be key generators of biodiversity in the Philippines, according to Diezmos 2021. So for the history of the Philippine antamines, Philippine weevil, so in 1824, Germar established Paquirincus from Paquirincus moniliferus. In 1836, Eucuming, an English guy, wanted to collect in the Philippines in 15 provinces, and he brought back with him a lot of weevils back to England, which were worked by various European naturalists and entomologists at that time, including Waterhouse and Chevrolet, who described numerous species of weevils. The other workers include Schoenherr, Pascoe, Frost, Erickson, Blanchard, Bowman, Behrens, and Kratz, but it was Carl Borromeus Maria Joseph Heller who did an extensive work, especially for the tribe Paquirinkini, and he systematically classified the works done by Waterhouse and Chevrolet, and he also described numerous species of weevils. Willie Karl Max Schulze, who also worked as a curator and coleopterist at the Bureau of Science in Manila, he also did a very good monograph of Paquirinkines, and in 1916, he provided the only available catalog of beetles in the Philippines, wherein he listed 415 true weevils, and he updated that number to 825 by the year 1928. And so because of that, majority of the type specimens are currently deposited at the Senckenberg natural history collection in Dresden, Germany. Other old collections are in Swedish Museum and British Museum. And the more recent ones are in the Institute for Agro-Environmental Sciences in Japan, the Philippine National Museum, and the Gulf University in Latvia. So this is the Philippine National Museum. During the war, it was called the Bureau of Science, and this is the reason why working with weevils in the Philippines is difficult because we don't have our type since the Bureau of Science was bombed during the war in 1945, and at the moment it is currently called the Philippine National Museum of Natural History, and although the building is now polished and in good condition, but the collection is still in tatter, and we don't have reference collection, nor do we have types except the recently described ones. So for the updates, the Philippines currently has 12 tribes of entomines, and 41 genera and 630 species of broad-nosed weevils, of which 25 out of 41 or 61% of the genera are endemic to the country, and 624 or 99% of the species are endemic. So, for example, the tribes with the most number of genera are Pakirinkini and Silutithini. So for the Pakirinkini, 12 out of 14 are endemic to the country. As for the Silutithini, 11 out of 13 are endemic to the country, and majority of the species are endemic to the Philippines, and majority actually has a very narrow geographic range distributed only to one island or one mountain range. So this is for Pakirinkini. The most number of species belongs to the genus Metapocertus, which is the most complex in this tribe and in badly needs of revision, followed by Pachyrhynchus. For the Silutithini, we have Isopterus, Phelicoptus, Pergops, and Eupergops. And in the revision of Marshall, or in the review of Marshall, so he put all the Coptorhynchus of the Philippines into the genus Phelicoptus. There has been 5 new genera that has been described in the Philippines in the past 20 years. These are X-Pachyrhynchus, Enoplocertus, Trichomacrocertus for the tribe Pachyrhynchini. We have Excalidiopsis for the tribe Silutithini, and Evros polycatus for the tribe Polycatini. So 3 of this genera has been described from Palawan, which has been greatly underexplored for its weevil fauna, and then 2 of these are from Luzon. So there has been 168 new species described since the year 2000, of which majority of that are Pachyrhynchines, and most of that are from the genus Pachyrhynchus and Metapocertus. There has also been 2 new tribe records in the Philippines, so Dermatodini and Trachyfluini, with also description of several new species. And there has also been the study of phylogenomics of Pachyrhynchus, which reveals that there is a Mullerian mimicry in Pachyrhynchus, so those species which are not closely related with one another, they share the same coloration and patterns. And also, there has been some studies on its photonic crystals, the arrangement of its photonic crystals, which leads to them having such bright colors and iridescent colors. So doing fieldwork in the Philippines is one of the most fun part of doing, studies of broad-nosed weevils. We have to work with the indigenous communities, the military, some forces of nature such as the leeches, but of course, good food is always a great comfort to that. Unfortunately, the Philippines is together with Madagascar, is one of the hottest of hotspots because of biodiversity loss. And as you can see in here, our forest has dwindled too much. in the past 100 years with just less than 10% of our primary forest left in the country. Illegal poaching of our species is also very apparent because of their beautiful colorations and patterns. For the future direction, it would be good to fill in the Linnaean and Wallacean gap, build a reference collection, as well as the literatures that has been scattered, address the issue of permit acquisition, working with the indigenous people and illegal poaching, capacitate more taxonomists, and hopefully get more funding for that, conduct more research in the ecology, biology, and evolutionary history of broad-nosed weevils. The digitization of types in various museums would be extremely helpful and provide more review papers and not simply scatter description papers. So I would like to thank my colleagues and collaborators for helping me with my Weevil works in the Philippines, as well as in this presentation. Thank you very much.